actually.
Lexus new LS430 is the best luxury car in the world, but I've heard the Mercedes S-Class is the best. Well, tonight we play executive superstars.
Tonight on Driven, it's big cars for big cheeses. You've got 50 big ones to spend, so which one will give you the most backseat luxury and front seat fun? Jason becomes Jack the Lad in the fastest hatchback under 13 grand.
And for the best prices on new and used cars, join me later.
But first, slip into the back seat and enjoy the ride.
Downsizing, super minis, fuel economy, you're having a laugh. This country's got more millionaires than I've had at dinners, and they want it all. The looks, the ride and the luxury. So tonight on Driven, will it be the all-new Lexus LS430 or the original Flash Harry, the Jaguar Sovereign? Or perhaps our luxury car of the year, the Mercedes S-Class? Let's meet the contenders.
A decade ago, Toyota invented its own luxury marque, Lexus. The original LS400 took refinements to new levels, and ever since, big names like Mercedes have been keeping a close eye on them. The third generation LS430 is so smooth, it feels like it's driving you, even though it does look a bit like an old Merc.
An old Merc? So what's wrong with that? This is the best luxury car in the world. It's Lexus's benchmark, it's our benchmark on Driven. In fact, last year we voted the S500 Luxury Car of the Year. It's as good in the front as it is in the back, but you know, if you want quality, you're going to have to pay for it.
Why not impress the shareholders by saving 10 grand and buying a Jag Sovereign? There's a new XJ coming out later this year, but I still like the old one. I love the classic lines and I love the fantastic V8 engine. It's the most powerful car here, which is perfect for when the old bills smell a spot of insider dealing and you need to make a quick getaway. Know what I mean? Me and Jake are busy executives, so when we're being whisked to our meetings, we want to be driven smoothly so we can do the crossword.
That's right, Mike. We'll have no bangs, no crashes in here. We deserve a first-class journey. So, to find out how good our cars are, we're going to do a ride quality test.
Well, that's no good, mate, because Mallory's driving.
Yeah, see what you mean.
We've asked our friends at engineering consultants Ricardo to help us gauge our car's ride quality. They're going to measure how much each car bounces vertically and pitches end to end over this undulating test track. First over the bumps, the LS430.
Come on, Mallory, we're going to be late for our business meeting.
Yeah, don't worry about that, sir. I'll get you there on time. We're going to do 60 miles an hour on a bumpy surface to see how good the ride quality is of the Lexus.
Right, 5 letters. Company presenter most definitely is not this.
Rich.
Quiet. It's very quiet in here.
Right, how about this one? I've got obligatory persona required for racing driver.
I know that one.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Smooth, and it is smooth.
Isn't it?
Very smooth, very refined, it's nice, very nice.
It's beautifully comfortable, smooth and quiet.
Next, the S-Class.
Now we're in the Mercedes, 60 miles an hour, about to hit the bumps again. See what difference it makes. Here we go. Oh, it's a bit noisier and a bit of a firmer ride.
I've just managed to write knighthood, obviously thinking about my future.
It is a firmer ride. It's much more sporty, but it's got more control, much better damping control off the bumps. It rides much flatter. Okay, it's a bit stiffer, but I think that's better.
Yeah, I like it.
Better. It feels more in contact with the road surface. In fact, I think I can sum this car up. It's what every racing driver should be in defeat.
Upset.
And no, does it start with a G
It
by any
does
chance?
start with a G,
Gracious.
and that's exactly what this car is.
This car is so gracious. It's so nice and smooth on the road, but firmer over the bumps. And what a nice ride.
And lastly, the Jag.
The Jaguar Sovereign is the last one to go through the ride quality test. Do you fancy being chauffeured around in this boy?
In a nutshell, no. It's very, very uncomfortable. The seats are too short. There's no leg support for the back of your thighs. And also, you kind of got to slouch a bit, because if you sit up, your head's in the roof.
And I can't do my crossword. Every time I try to write, the pen skips across the page, and it's definitely the most cramped of the three. I have much more space in the other two.
Oh, it's so bouncy.
The harshest one.
It feels as if the suspension's topping out, bottoming out, as if there's not enough travel there. It's just clumsy and not very good.
Dreadfully bouncy.
Which is like old technology, which I think may sum this car up. It is. A fine wine it is, a racing driver it isn't.
Red.
Mature.
No crossword clues in the Jaguar. Its soft suspension gave it the engineer's highest bounce and end-to-end pitch rate. It comes third. Nothing cryptic about the new Lexus. A much more refined ride than the old model. A strong second. But the stiffer suspension and sportier ride of the Mercedes makes it ours and Ricardo's prize jumbo crossword.
Think of theme parks and you think of Disney World or Alton Towers. A day out for the kids that's quite good fun for mum and dad too. But what have roller coaster rides got to do with cars, you might ask?
Well, the motoring industry has come up with a new way to spend some of its huge marketing budget, the automotive adventure world. And the idea is very simple. Catch 'em young, too young even to drive.
The world's largest car manufacturer, General Motors, have opened their own test track at Disney World in Florida. All good fun for us, but there is a serious side. General Motors get to plug their products and their brand not only to adults, but also to the kids. Toyota opened their high-tech theme park, the Mega Web, 2 years ago in Tokyo. It's the ultimate car showroom, designed to entertain the whole family with roller coaster rides and virtual reality test drive facilities. And now Europe's largest car manufacturer, Volkswagen, have joined in with their £283 million Autostadt, or Car Town, which essentially is a car pickup point where VW buyers come to collect their new metal. And guess what? Not a roller coaster in sight. Each of the group's brands, from Skoda to Bentley, has its own pavilion focusing on its past, present and future. The highlight, however, is the vehicle delivery system. Cars come straight from the production line along underground tunnels and are stored in two 48-metre high towers, waiting to be collected by the 450 owners who come each day. Volkswagen's extraordinary car town is more design-orientated than the Toyota and General Motors offerings, but the aim is the same, to build brand awareness and brand loyalty for the whole family. But with the massive cost involved, they must be confident that they're going to see some sort of return in the future.
Brand loyalty is the base of our business, and it's much more expensive to get new customers from other brands than to deal with loyal customers. Everything that helps attracting young people, interested people, and then lead them into the world of Volkswagen Group and all the products. This is the purpose of the game.
And you can understand why car manufacturers are so keen to get the drivers of the future hooked, as the game of brand loyalty is set to become a very serious one. If current trends continue in the future, there could be as few as 6 manufacturers in the market. And when that happens, competition will be intense. They'll have to make sure that it's their brand that we're aware of. VW, Toyota and General Motors believe that by showing our kids a good time now, they'll be brand loyal, brand aware and after a brand new car in the future.
I think children become brand aware younger and younger all the time. You can see in the choices that they make in toy shops, for instance, and on holidays like going to Disney or whatever, that they will start probably from 2 and 3 having a very clear idea of exactly what they want.
Right, let's do a little experiment. We know why parents are down here today. They're here to pick up their brand new car from Autostadt. But what about their children? What brand would they be loyal to? Well, I've got 5 cards. Ford, Mitsubishi, Alfa Romeo, BMW and last, Volkswagen. Let's see what one they choose. And straight away, he's gone for Volkswagen. Show it to the camera. Volkswagen! More young punters. Again.
Well, it seems like the experiment is working, for now. But is it really going to convince kids to buy into marques like VW and Bentley in 10 years' time when they're eventually old enough to drive, just on a visit to Autostadt?
I think there's certainly a correlation between going on a ride like a GM ride and then wanting the car that's associated with it. Whether, in fact, that lasts until the child's actually an adult and they actually want to go and buy a particular car as a result of it, or whether it's just a subliminal influence, remains to be seen, I think.
It's going to be a few years before Toyota, GM and VW find out if their money has been well spent. Big boys like Daimler, Chrysler and Ford are yet to follow suit, but you can guarantee one thing. They'll be keeping a close eye.
Now the bargain price finder and the Y-Reg has arrived. How about an incredible £3,260 off the list price of that handy mini MPV, the Citroën Zara Picasso 1.8 SX. Deals on Volkswagen Golfs are notoriously hard to come by, but we found a tidy £1,431 cut on a Y-Reg Golf 1.6 SE 5-door automatic. For where to get these discounts, check out our website at 4car.co.uk or use the bargain price finder as a guide when negotiating your own deals.
After the break, which of our luxury trio is the getaway car of choice? And Jason goes bananas. Well, yellow anyway.